What is up, everybody? Welcome to Funnel Hacker TV. We're so excited to have you guys. There's so much going on. Russell is shutting down the Dan Kennedy No B.S letter. So we got some forecasts that we need to talk to you about and make sure that you've got all the details on that. We're going to be able to go funnel hacking with Susan, talk about why that's happening. We're going to do water cooler. There's some things that happen in the office you need to know about. Plus, I figured we would funnel hack a little bit of what Russell's been doing on social and just kind of go through and just have kind of like a binge watch of everything that's been amazing on social. So we're going to go through that and maybe funnel hack the strategy. So much happening. We're going to go through everything really quick. My name is Ben Moot. This is the wonderful Susan Leonardson, and we are here on Funnel Hacker TV. Let's roll the intro, and we'll get started.
We are part of an underground group of entrepreneurs that you've probably never even heard of before. We are funnel hackers, and these are our stories.
Oh my gosh. All right. We've got to dive in because I think Russell is literally on a plane right now, or he's heading to the airport right now. He was just live a few minutes ago on like a half hour ago saying he's jumping on a plane. He's going to Dan Kennedy. So let's go ahead and pull up that screen. Okay. Has Dan Kennedy gone mad? This is happening tomorrow at, I think it's at 11 a.m. Eastern, which is 9 a.m. Mountain. Russell is flying to Dan Kennedy's basement, his house. He's taking his Starlink with him. And he says he paid for a consult, but he's also going there to figure out why is he wanting to shut down his newsletter.
Yeah.
So we definitely want you guys to go register for this. It's happening tomorrow. Let's go ahead and put the link up right now. nobsletter.com/register. But we have a bit of a discussion we want to have with this. So we're going to go actually into funnel hacking with Susan right now. And we're going to keep talking about this because why is he shutting down his newsletter?
Yeah.
So let's just kind of like ground it because linchpin is the way, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right. Where does this newsletter even fit into linchpin? So I know we've got the awesome graphic. If you ever want to find this graphic, either get the linchpinbook.com, go get the linchpin book, or go to the site and you can pull up some information. It's amazing what you can learn from just looking at this graphic, but get the book. Get the book. Okay. So newsletter, it's continuity. It's a subscription. There's, people are paying month after month. It is like a level 1 continuity.
Yep.
And right now, let's see. Ben, you're circling Mifke. You definitely have something that you want to bring up from Mifke. So I'm going to let you do that part.
So the Dan Kennedy Mifke is literally like is how we came up with the idea for Mifke, like the actual name, because it's Mifke is Dan Kennedy. It's most incredible free gift ever. It's almost like we've taken the number one thing that's been spectacular. And we're shutting down the number one thing, the number one key piece. Like you create a level 1 piece of your continuity, and then you create a Mifke funnel, and this is being shut down.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm like, are we shutting down the entire linchpin? Like, what is the process on this? Like, what are your thoughts?
Okay, so we know we've got that page that we all know and are familiar with. Mifke, sign up, get the newsletter, get the bonuses. There's a lot of bonuses in this offer too.
You know this very well. You rebuilt it for funnel games.
Yeah, I'm very familiar with this page because we redesigned it, which was fun. So it fits. It seems like it fits into the model by all appearances. It's got a Mifke offer, getting people signed up for the newsletter and continuity, right? So it starts today for $1 is what it has on there right now.
Mm-hmm.
And so by all appearances, it's like, but it fits the model. Why does Dan Kennedy want to shut it down? So I don't know if maybe Ben has some insight onto this that I don't, but that's the point of tomorrow, right? Like Russell's flying out there right now. He's going to have this meeting with Dan Kennedy. And he's going to figure out like, okay, but why are we shutting down the newsletter? And it's been, this newsletter's been around since 1994. Like what's the deal? This is, what's going on?
This is one of the longest running, like of all time newsletters. And like, it's been going for forever. Like there are magazines that have launched and died in this time that you've gotten on your doorstep. Like this has been going for forever. I want to hear from you guys. Why do you think it's shutting down? Because this is really, really interesting. It's a different twist on this idea. So if you guys go over to nobsletter.com slash can we pull up that link really quick? Yes, thank you, Tim. nobsletter.com/register. You can kind of see some of the things and go and register and listen to what Russell talks about. If for no other reason, funnel hack this. Russell would not ever tell us what is happening or do something without letting us funnel hack it and see. Linchpin is the way. That hasn't changed. So what is like, how do we like understand this process? Russell's explaining everything, and all you might need to do is just register for the event, and you might be able to see the different pieces that are going in there. So if you have not registered yet, Russell's literally flying in a plane to do it. And so go to nobsletter.com/register, get inside of this because it's going to be really, really cool. And like, I think they've said this before, and I'm hearing a couple of hello from Dubai. Yeah, thank you for taking time. Yeah, absolutely. Yo, 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 what's up, Danny Walsh? And a heart from James Johnson. Okay, really quick. If you guys are not in there, just go and check on it because there's so much that's happening tomorrow, and they're revealing a lot. There's special guests that are going to be there. There's going to be so many people in Dan Kennedy's basement. Dan Kennedy is like,
it's gonna be a party.
Yeah, it's kind of.
And I wanted to just emphasize real quick because not only is it going to be like revealing why is Dan Kennedy shutting down the newsletter, like that's an amazing hook, right? If we're talking funnel hacking, like how awesome of a hook is that to get people to show up to this event? But also, and maybe let's pull up one of Russell's videos that he just did live earlier, or I guess it's on your screen. Not only that, but Russell's like, hey, I'm going to learn. Like I paid for a consult with Dan Kennedy. I want him to teach me everything he knows about building membership and continuity and making it sticky and having good retention. And so that's also part of the event tomorrow, which is really awesome because that is also the linchpin model, right?
Yep.
So it's interesting, and I wonder if I'm going to read between the lines a little bit, but definitely take this for Susan's thoughts, not anything else. In that, like, okay, we have the Mifke funnel of No B.S newsletter shutting down, but Russell's going to go learn about continuity and how to do it and how to do it well. I suspect that it's more of a restructuring of it because of making it maybe more sticky, maybe making it more enticing for people to jump into it more so than it already is. We'll see. We'll find out what's going on.
So if you guys have ever gotten one of the Dan Kennedy books, so he's got these books. This book is available for you guys. He's also got like these are funnels as well. I don't know if you guys have seen this, but the ultimate sales letter and the ultimate marketing plan, you get both books in that funnel, which is amazing. But like in the back of these books, it's either in the back or the front is there it is. The Mifke. Like he literally makes the offer in every single book. The most incredible free gift ever is available for you guys. And he makes this offer everywhere. So why would you ever shut this down? Frankly, that's going to be a conversation between Russell and Dan. Like that's why Russell's going out there. So Russell had paid for a strategy day. They got the news for shutting it down. Russell's going there to figure it out. And he's like, can we bring people in order to like have a conversation around this and to like stream it? So the first time the internet's touching Dan Kennedy's basement. I don't know if you guys know, like Starlink internet is not easy. Like Starlink, so first off, lightning blew up my Starlink internet. And so like Starlink, it's safe, it's sound, it works, it's fine. I'm not denigrating or telling you it's horrible, but it's not as simple of a setup as like connect the router and blah, blah, blah. You need to have a wire. It needs to be outside. You need to have a clear view. There's a lot of things that have to happen here in order to make this visible for you. So if you want Russell to be able to share his day with Dan, something that costs $25,000, if you want to be able to share that day with Dan moment and be able to have that kind of experience at the same time as learn about why in the world he would shut down something that is so pivotal to his business since the 90s, definitely jump in. So yeah, I'm really excited to watch. Like it's on my schedule. I will be there.
Something it out. Okay, one more time, nobsletter.com/register. It's tomorrow, 9 a.m. Mountain Time, 11 a.m. Eastern. Make sure you're registered. It's going to be a fun time.
By the way, Jeff Demmer says something big is up.
Yes, yeah, put that up. Okay, all right. let's move on to
Water cooler.
water cooler.
Yes. All right. Couple things that are happening right now. If you guys remember last time we went live, I was in the office with Susan. I flew home yesterday, got home last night, and I wanted to be able to highlight this for you guys. We had the hackathon that happened. And so Russell was able to share his vision. Susan got to sit in for some of it this time, which was cool. And to be able to like see day 2. And so we had like almost the whole office around Russell. And he's on the whiteboard drawing out, all right, this is the funnel we're going to do. This is how we're going to pivot it. This is how we're going to shift it. And like, we're going to break our numbers that we've ever done by, let's see, he was talking about 2xing to 6xing the numbers that we've ever done on this funnel. And so he's like sharing all the different pieces and how it's going to work. And so it was really, really cool. Everybody ran with it. And there were a lot of really cool ideas too. So
yeah, I was gonna say, I'm not spilling any of the beans, but
yeah,
you're gonna be seeing some stuff happening, especially some of you more than others, that they've never done before, which is gonna be really, really awesome. Yeah, it was really cool to be able to sit in on that for the bit that I got to, and then like just after I was walking around looking at all of Russell's doodles all over the whiteboards, I'm like, I'm just gonna sit here for a second and look at this.
Like you
You
even saw like what we talked about on day 1. We talked about like restructuring book funnels and like maybe a new strategy that's going to work really well for book funnels. And so you got to see that one too. And so yeah, it's going to be really cool when all this comes out. And if you want us to funnel hack it when it comes out, tell us down below. We'll have funnel hacking moments. We'll kind of go through it. So that happened really quick. Other things that are happening, just kind of things that are talking points. Let's go ahead and pull up my screen really quick because Russell is got a new YouTube video that's out, and he's talking about direct marketing versus branding. And he talks specifically about a time where Gary Vee was like, I don't even want to be in this room anymore. Like, I just want to leave. Thank you. Bye. At Russell's event. And it was dramatic. And so he shares exactly what happened there. And it was, see, there you go. I literally feel like leaving. Thank you. So go and watch this. It was really, really cool. And it was spectacular. It's called Stop Caring About Your Brand. Do this instead. And it's a very interesting angle on all of it. I'm going to highly recommend. And then one other thing that's just really cool, just stuff that's in the water cooler. Forbes Advisor had an article about the best landing page builder of 2024. And as you scroll down, look at this. We're best for driving leads in 2024. ClickFunnels has been mentioned here. And then there's a whole bunch of other pieces that organize everything. So definitely come here, check this out. Why they picked it, they go through it. It was really cool. Just kind of explain everything. And so really, really neat here. Highly recommend it. ClickFunnels for the win. We made it onto Forbes. That was cool.
Awesome.
All right. Can we have a funnel hacking with Ben moment really quick?
Yeah,
I kind of want to go through some things. I've been enjoying Russell's social lately. I have been binging it because there's some really cool stuff in here. So let's go ahead and pull this up. If you guys have not seen the ClickFunnels Facebook page or the Facebook page for Russell, Russell's Facebook page has been filled with some really cool stuff. And number one, we should be funnel hacking him in all ways, all the time. So definitely go over, make sure that you guys are subscribed to the No B.S letter shut down. But like going into his social, there's been a lot of changes recently. So first off, I'm really loving these images. He's dropping these a lot more often. And they're really, really neat. It's like when you go and help somebody else, you're really helping yourself, truly. Like you give yourself more than you're actually giving. And so you got a mirror right there, which I thought was an interesting design. You've got these 24 goals to supercharge you for success. You've got, this one was one that was really cool. A true leader doesn't create separation. A true leader brings people together. There's a couple of really fun things on social here that are really, really neat. But really, it kind of all started for me. If I go over and open another tab on Instagram, his strategy has changed drastically on Instagram. Ooh, secret success stuff. I want to see what that is. That was 2 days ago. I missed that. No. Let me go over to Russell really quick. So Russell's been putting out some different style of content on Instagram. So first off, thing to notice, he's got his, if you look at his link in bio, it actually sends to a really cool page. It's built in 2.0. And if you're on your phone, this looks like almost a link tree style. It's really neat. So I'd highly recommend going and checking that out because that's really cool. That's been there for a while though. There's this new thing where he's doing DM me trial, and it'll send you a trial to 14 days ClickFunnels free trial. And I believe that's a ManyChat thing. I believe that's something that you guys can build with ManyChat. So Really cool thing. You guys can go on Funnel Hack, see how Russell's using ManyChat in order to multiply his funnels. And then he's been doing a couple of different Instagrams. We talked about this one or on Tuesday, like writing a book. And so he's starting to create almost a series. But I started to see some of the same videos and a couple different things. So if we could have a moment where like we could have Russell on Funnel Hacker TV, I know he's about to fly. Let's go ahead and take this down for a second, Tim. But if we had an opportunity to be able to like get Russell's brain for a moment and just be able to pause and be like, okay, I'm trying to build a funnel. Where do I start? Do I start with linchpin? Like, what is the focus? How do I go? What about my goals? Like, what is my end goal right now getting started? These three that he just did were like a perfect summation of it. And so I wanted to kind of call it funnel hacking with Ben, but I almost wanted to binge Russell for a little bit.
The reason why websites don't work. One of the first rules of direct response marketing is that a confused mind always says no. Now, a traditional website, when you show up to it, there's a million links and branches and places for somebody to go. And when somebody shows up, they don't know what to do. That's why you need to shift your mindset and your marketing away from websites into a funnel. Now, the concept behind a funnel is really simple. When somebody comes to a page in a funnel, there's only one option on that page. For example, you come to the first page of a funnel, it may ask for somebody's email address, and that's it. Then on the next page, maybe there's a video that then sells a product, but the only call to action is to buy that one product. Then on the next page, maybe you have an upsell or a downsell. But the secret with the funnel is you're always telling people exactly what to do, because as we said earlier, a confused mind always says no. The reason why funnels out-convert websites every single time is because it tells your customer exactly what to do, when to do it, and how to do it.
Here's the comment trial. And so first off, we know that funnels are important, and this is kind of like a little breakdown of why funnels are important, which I thought was really, really valuable and really, really cool. And so first off, we need to be using a funnel instead of a website. So if you've never heard that before, congratulations. Welcome to Funnel Hacker TV. You should be using a funnel, not a website. Number two is when you actually start to like process, like what should my funnel be? How is this going to work? You are more than likely stumped. You're like kind of at a loss. And Russell was sharing at A Decade in a Day, which is where he gets to talk to each individual inner circle member for like 20 to 40 minutes. And like they get to ask questions, and he like gets to just give them a download of this is what I would do in your business. He talks about what happens when you get stuck and how to get over it. And it goes back to expert secrets. Like if you're looking at 0 to 1 million and that's your goal, expert secrets is your guide. It is your number one go-to. Your job is to build a dramatic demonstration using the perfect webinar and following these separate steps. And this is Russell realizing that again after he was like stuck as well. So if you're stuck, check this one out.
So I was like, had 4 or 5 hours block. I'm like, I'm going to write the entire Mifke sales letter. And I sat there, I was like, so excited. I've been looking forward to this for like 2 months. Like, this is my time. And I sat down in the plane, no one's around me. Like, this is my time. And I sat there for 4 hours and I could not write the sales letter. And I got home from the trip and I couldn't figure out why I couldn't figure it out. Like, I know what the offer is. Like, I knew all the pieces, but like, I couldn't figure it out. Randomly got a Vox from Josh 40. I went back to like Expert Secrets 101. He was like, I figured out who my people are. I figured out what my flag is. I figured out all those kind of things. He's like, now I finally got thing. Now he's like running again. And I sat there listening to his message. I'm like, I'm an idiot. I'm creating the offer and the product. I didn't even think about like the movement I'm trying to create. For secrets to success, like what are the people? And the thing that popped in my head was like, they're round pegs and square holes. That's what I'm speaking to. And I sat down again. I was like, and like all of a sudden like everything started flooding because I knew who my people were. And I think I would spend some time really identifying who your people are, because that's when it like lights up, because I was like, this is who I'm bringing in. And you shift that part of it, then weave what you want to talk about into it. At least for me, like it reopened my brain of just like, okay, now I know who I'm serving. This becomes really fun now.
Okay. So really quick, I would suggest like Susan and I, we've had this ongoing battle of what comes first, expert secrets, .com secrets, the linchpin. And I almost wonder if like when Russell's talking about the who, if you're gonna follow .com secrets first, you almost need to insert some pieces from expert secrets that are like, you need to find your movement. Like, who are they? What is it that they're pushing forward? So number one, funnel versus a website. Number two, figure out your who, figure out who they are. The more you figure that out, it's so much easier. Like the brain fog leaves and it's like, what do they need? What are their issues? And you can start writing. By the way, Russell's been able to write like multiple sales letters recently, and it's been really cool to be able to see. So watch out for these funnels because they're really, really, really good. And then number three, he takes it to once you launch, what is your goal? And so a lot of you guys are trying to launch your basic, like your first dramatic demonstration. That's usually the first funnel that you go to when you're trying to create your movement, is you're launching a webinar or a challenge, right? And this is really interesting. Like Russell was able to sit down in another decade in a day and just kind of go over this with everybody and be like, this is kind of the goal. So let's go and listen to this one, guys. Let us know in the chat what your thoughts are as this is coming in so that way we can highlight you
I
guys.
always try to set these big goals. And I love having big goals. I have big goals all the time. But if I set too big of a goal and if I don't hit it, I'm like disappointed myself too. So for me, it's like, I try to make the goal initially is like, if we can just break even, then I'm pumped. Like that's usually like you feel like if I break even, I'm pumped. If we do awesome, that's amazing. But like, I just want to break even. And so we do the metrics where like, for the most part, Funnel Hacking Live will break even. That's like my major goal. Everything else is just gravy. So if you build a challenge where we have your thank you page and stuff like that, and you buy ads and you break even, and it's like, you broke even, cool. Like everything above that is just gravy, and then come back and serve. I hope that it'll take some of the pressure off of you trying to make it perfect. If we're just there, like, we're gonna blow these people's minds, the things just kind of settle out, you know what I mean? And you already know you're good. You may not want to admit it to yourself, but you know you're good.
So first off, go and launch. Get out there. Become the word on the street. Go and get it out there. Go and find your who. Get out there. And don't be afraid of getting it perfect. Break even is a massive, massive, massive win. And if you're following Linchpin, break even is a huge win. So first off, like if there was an unofficial Ben Moot guide to all of this, it would be kind of like, and Susan, feel free to rebut this afterwards. It would be number one, expert secrets is the goal. Go get out your challenge or your webinar and have it convert, have it make revenue. When it does, turn on ads. Then make sure it breaks even. Then add in Linchpin. That's my unofficial, like, broken, that I know Russell will be like, Ben, what are you saying? But like, it's just kind of like my 2 cents. Like, I'm like, just get it up and working. That's the hardest part for a lot of us, is just to get something up and working. And then it's like, oh, but I have to work continuity in. For the first little while, honestly, getting an offer that sells is a big deal. Once you do that, then you work in the Linchpin, and it's literally just making the thank you page an offer for a free trial of your continuity. And then on the back end, you take whatever you're going to be doing monthly for people and say, you know what, we're going to make this part of our continuity program. So you only get this when. So I think it's a really cool just mindset shift as you're getting going. So first off, use a funnel. Number 2, remember your who. And I think your who was going to create massive clarity. And number 3, then focus on just getting it up and breaking even. Then you can do Linchpin stuff, and then we can figure out why Russell's closing down No B.S. But that's my 2 cents. What are your thoughts, Susan?
I might rebut you a little bit.
Do it.
I think that there's a way you can do both. That's kind of what we do in our community with our people, is I think there is a way to start, being the starting point, and you are trying to figure out your offer, but also add in continuity from the beginning. I know it's not easy.
Yeah.
And sometimes it might not seem worth it. But if your main goal is continuity in your business and recurring revenue, then there's a way to do it from the beginning. That would be the only thing I would change. But yeah, expert secrets. I know there's always like the what comes first, .com secrets, expert secrets. I agree with what you said earlier, Ben. A little bit of .com. You got to have like funnel foundation. Expert secrets is like, I love that Russell came to that conclusion of like, oh my gosh, this is what I was missing, and I wrote the book on it. The expert secrets is by far, I think, the most valuable piece when you are in that stage of launching and getting your business going. Don't overlook it.
So, and just to go back and say that Susan is right really quick and Russell's right. I was talking to somebody who joined 2CCX program. So quick story. We're in the back at Funnel Hacking Live, and we're collecting order forms for the 2CCX program. And the 2CCX program is all about the Linchpin. It's like implementing the Linchpin step by step in your business. And guy comes to the back and he's looking at me like I shouldn't be here. And he's got his order form just kind of in his hand and just kind of sitting there. And he goes, forget it. And just tosses it. He just takes it, tosses it, and he goes, and just starts like hyperventilating. I'm like, dude, are you okay? And he's like, okay, like I know I should be doing this. I'm gonna be all right. I'm like, okay. I'm like, what size shirt do you want? He's like, oh, okay, I want an extra large. And so I start giving him all this stuff for like the fact that he's purchased and that he's in, like, here's where you go in order to join the, the lunch afterwards, all these things. And I found him in the hall afterwards and I'm like, are you okay? Like, and he was like, I know I'm here for a purpose and for a calling, and I know this is it. And I feel really concerned about it. Now, this is somebody who does not have any working funnels up. All right.
Mhm.
So if you guys are thinking about this, like, this is like, think through the story for a moment. I reached out to him 2 months later. So it was 2 months after Funnel Hacking Live. And I was like, I just wanted to check on you. I want to make sure you're breathing. Want to make sure you're alive. Like, are you doing okay? He goes, you wouldn't believe this. I'm like, okay. Guess what? He goes, I did what Russell told me to do. I went and I created a level 1 continuity. Wasn't perfect. I created a Mifke funnel. It wasn't great. I launched it to my community that I've been doing YouTube videos and doing all these things. And I went and I launched it. And it's more than replaced my income. Like, I should quit my job. He goes, I didn't think that this was even possible at all. He's like, I'm living in a whole other world than where I ever thought I could be 2.5 months ago. Because I created my continuity program and I did what Russell did. And he told me to launch the Mifke, what Russell's actually pulling down tomorrow. I'm like, I launched it and now I'm working on my next dramatic demonstration. He's like, but honestly, I'm making money today. So first off, if you guys are in the 2CCX program, please do what Russell says. Don't go through this as an education program where you get to be smarter. This is not about being smarter. It's about your wallet. It's about your pocketbook. It's about doing it imperfectly and getting it out there and understanding your who, reaching out to them and creating an offer that works. Just do it. And if you launch to your organic, like, things will blow up. There is so much waiting for you on the other side of that leap of faith, but it's taking those leaps of faith. So yes, Susan, you're probably right. But
one other thing we've noticed is launching continuity doesn't mean it has to be low ticket continuity.
Yes, that's very true.
You can increase your cash flow, launch a higher ticket continuity offer.
Yeah. That's
not
really
high ticket, but like higher ticket.
FYI, Annie O agrees with my position. So just saying, Annie O, you're spectacular. Also, Digi Angel says, just keep rustling.
Yeah.
Love it. Awesome, guys. All right. So that's just us funnel hacking for a little bit. If you guys have not registered, let's share my screen one more time. Make sure that you are registered for this. This is Russell pulling down the pivotal piece of the linchpin in the Dan Kennedy business, the Mifke. Why is he doing it? Why is it happening? Why did Dan Kennedy send this fax? Go and register right now. This happens tomorrow at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard, aka in less than 24 hours. If you guys want to know, you want to understand, and you want to see how this works in the linchpin, or does it break it entirely, make sure you're registered at nobsletter.com/register. All right, Susan, did I miss anything?
I think that's it. Let us know in the comments if you want us to funnel hack the new stuff that's going to be rolling out in the near future. Also, make sure that you are subscribed to the text messages if you want to get notified. FHTV to 208-231-3797, and you'll get a text when we go live. Sweet. All right, that's it. Thanks for hanging out with us, and we will see you guys next time.
My name is Russell Brunson, and I'm part of an underground group of entrepreneurs that you've probably never even heard of before. We don't rely on cash from venture capitalists to get started, and we don't even have goals to go public either. In fact, our motivation is the exact opposite. You see, we have products and services and things that we know change people's lives. But because we're fighting against the big brands, people with literally unlimited budgets, we have to do things differently. We have to do things smarter. We don't have financial safety nets because every test we take is with our own money. We have to be profitable from day number one. So how do we do that? How is that even possible? If you ask the MBAs or look at your college textbooks, they will tell you that what we are doing is impossible, yet it's happening every single day. And it's happening through an art and a science that we call funnel hacking. It's not really something that I can explain to you. It's something I have to show you. These stories are a glimpse of entrepreneurs just like you who have a dream and a vision who want to change the world in their own little way. I use the funnel hacking process to help make their dreams become a reality. Yes, we are funnel hackers, and these are our stories.